Hello, boys. Jead here. I hope you are all good. We are in one of the biggest market crashes in EAFC history. Loads of people are going to get absolutely destroyed by this. If you're new here, boys, we are up to about 5 million liquid on the main account. And on the second little Jead RTG account, we are up to about 1 million coins, just above 1 million coins liquid. And today, I want to talk about the market crash, how to navigate it, but not only that, all the upcoming leaks we've got for Winter Wildcards, which is causing the market crash, as well as all the content we had yesterday and a little bit before, because I think a lot of the content is actually very underrated right now. So yeah, let's jump into it. And if you're not subscribed, why not? Hit subscribe, it's free or whatever. Let's start with the SBCs, boys, before we get to the leaks, because there is an unreal grind you can do right now, boys. We've got the 78 plus player picks, which came the other day, but then yesterday we got the 3 of 10 80 plus, the 1 of 3 85 plus, and we also got the other day the winter provisions upgrade, as I'm sure you boys will have all seen by now. We of course got the Talvin player of the month, and then again the day before that we got the Lacey Santos, and we'll talk through them as well. But I really want to talk through the upgrade SBCs. This is such a pack grind week, boys. If you're a pack grinder, you like getting packs for the upcoming promo, which Winter Wildcards is definitely a promo worth packing. When we jump into them leaks later on in the video, you're going to see you're going to want packs saved for the promo, right? So we got 78 plus player picks, 3 out of 10 80 plus player picks, the 85 plus player picks, and of course the winter provisions upgrade. And I can't like get across how good this is, right? You guys have seen the winter provisions upgrade. It is 385s to get, what is the exact thing? I think it's 25 rares, 15 commons, or is it the other way around? Yeah, 25 rare golds, 15 commons. So you get 40 players, but 25 rare golds and 15 commons for 385 rated cards. It's a very easy to get right now, right? And then what you go and do is you take them 25 rare golds and 15 commons, which is repeatable 4 times. So 100 rare golds, 60 common golds, and you can go to the 1 of 3 85 plus player pick, which just came out, boys. An amazing SBC. It just needs 9 rare players and 9 rare players. So 18 rare players, right? You get 100 of them from them provision upgrades. You then take 18, put them into them 3 85 plus upgrades. You can do 3 a day. Go and do them. You can, of course, save them for Winter Wildcards, but then you can't do the provisions upgrades, right? So it's up to you how you do this. Do you try and save them and just do 1 set of them, or do you just keep opening them for the Unbreakables promo, and then, you know, you have to just keep recycling them, basically, because, of course, if you've got the player pick, you can't keep opening packs, right? But then, with the commons, you come across to this 3 of 10 80 plus pick, and you go and put your gold commons in, 9 in each as well. So for 18 gold commons, again, you get less gold commons in the provision pack, but you probably have some gold commons, in, you know, lying around in your club. Go and do the 80 plus player picks. So basically, you go put 85s into provisions, use the gold rares and gold commons into the packs, get a load more fodder back, as well as promo cards and really good cards. And then if you run out of the player picks, you can, of course, go and do the 78 plus player picks. I would do these last, but they are unlimited, which does also mean if you want to go unassigned, once again, you can go unassigned with the unlimited player picks. I am working on that unassigned glitch. Sure, I am just lazy. I will get the method out. I've already got one on the channel, but I know you boys want an updated unassigned glitch method, so I'll get that out, right? We've, of course, got the Lacey Santos, which came on Monday. Boys, just avoid this card. Again, this was really rough because the provisions upgrade was, you know, the main content, but I guess they had to release a player SBC. I'd steer clear. I know it's a cheap SBC, and it might get in a few of you boys' teams if you're really, really new, but just steer clear. The Talvin, I honestly think, is similar, boys. Now, I know a lot of you will be tempted to complete this because it's just 2 squads, one of them being an 84 with no informs. So it's basically just an 86 rated squad, right, to complete him. And he does, at first glance, look a little bit tasty. I get it, right? He has nice stats across the board. They've finally given him a playstyle plus, which his first player of the month did not have. And he also has ping, ticky, tech, finesse. I do get it, boys. But this is the kind of card that, yeah, it's decent, but it kind of misses the evolutions, right? Because I want to talk about evolutions later in the video. We've now got 86 rated evolutions coming. That is mental. But he's an 87 card, so he misses evolutions, but he's then also not like top-end meta. So he falls in like a little weird ground where he's not really either. So I would just give him an avoid. I know he's not too expensive, but trust me, boys, with the SBCs we're going to get coming daily with Winter Wildcards, saving your fodder is not a bad idea. So I don't think either of the players are worth it, but I think, talking about pack grinds, there's never been a better time to pack grind right now. These are only out for 6 days. The 78 player pick is out for 2 days, and this 3 of 10 is out for 2 days, but the 85 is out for 6 days. Winter Provisions upgrade is only out for another 16 days, which means you get a lot longer on that, but to put them into the 85s and the 80s, they all have staggering times. It's a little bit weird, but make sure you know when everything expires, boys. I would go and favourite the 3 of 10 80 plus, the 1 of 3 85 plus, and the Winter Provision upgrade upgrades, you can, of course, do what I've done and favorite the 78 plus as well. And again, boys, like we always do say, you can go, and do this with the League SBCs and it gets even better. But if you're not a League SBC grinder, I would still go and do what we've just said there with the player picks and everything that has come out. But it does really help with League SBCs. I did not know they expire in 20 hours. So they expire at 6 p.m. today when you're watching this, okay? That is interesting. Will they release them on the same day? They normally give it a few days before they release them. We will wait and see. But I do think as long as they release very similar League SBCs or even potentially better ones, then the pack grind will still be amazing going into Winter Wildcards. So if SBCs are amazing, surely Evos are amazing as well. Evos are the comfort of the game. They're the best thing that we've got. They're the best bit of content. So if we get good SBCs, we normally get good evolutions. And we don't really, boys, to be honest. But I guess they're saving a lot of the big ones for Winter Wildcards. Absolutely fine. The only thing we really got was package delivery. I don't really know who it's meant for. I think they're trying to show you that it's meant for fullbacks because you get crossing and defending. But, boys, this is just not really how the game plays this year. I think this could be a good free Evo for a chain. The one thing I don't like is that it gives that whipped pass. So you're having to, obviously, give them a sort of dead play style there with the whip pass yellow or whip pass white. It's a good stat boost. I think, again, use it for the start of a chain on possibly a defender or a defensive midfielder if you can stand them losing the whip pass, or possibly if they already have enough play styles. But, again, not a great Evo, boys. Evos have been the big core part of the game recently, but I think for these next few days, it's going to be SBCs and pack grinds way more than Evos. So if Evos were dead, were objectives dead? Kind of, but I do actually quite like the objective that came out, boys. I'm sure you will have seen, right? If we go to live events and scroll right down, we get this Unbreakables Champions qualification points. Now, it's only out for 6 days, or I guess 5 days when you're watching this, right? But this is basically, if you're someone who doesn't play Rivals, and you just play Rivals to get the FUT Champs points, and you do play live event, you basically get a free qualification. For playing 2, you get 200 points. For playing 4 live events, you get 300 champs points. And for playing 7 live events, you get another 400 champs points. And the group reward is 100 champs points. Basically, no matter who you are, if you play 7 games in any live event, you will get Champions qualification, which is super nice to save you boys who don't want to play Rivals. Now, I do think you should honestly be playing Rivals, ready for those rewards to save for Winter Wildcards or to add to the SBC grind we showed before. But if you're not someone who does Rivals, I think the objective is actually quite decent. So that was it basically for the content, boys. What is coming up? EA have kind of stalled us with the Unbreakables promo, and they have teased Winter Wildcards. Winter Wildcards is very similar to Thunderstruck and Black Friday. It is a huge promo until Team of the Year. You basically get Black Friday, Winter Wildcards, Team of the Year, and then Team of the Season. And there are, of course, some good promos in between there. But I do think Winter Wildcards is something EA go all out for. And the leaks really do show that. We're getting 2 playstyle pluses. We're getting 86 plus evolutions and loads more. So let's jump into these Winter Wildcard leaks, why they're crashing the market, and how we can navigate it. Starting off with the rest of the leaks and the Team of the Weeks that's coming today, I have only picked out 2 main cards from the Team of the Week, boys. We have got Rafinha, who played at Cam in Barcelona's game, by the way. So you're probably looking to get a Cam Rafinha with a shooting play style, as he did score 2 goals. That could be an insane card. I would recommend this week, boys, do not touch Team of the Week until at least Saturday or Sunday, because Team of the Weeks are going to get cooked with the Weekend League supply with Winter Wildcards and all the best odds in packs, right? So I would not touch any Team of the Weeks until this weekend. Don't try and get involved unless you are very, very confident. And the second one I wanted to pick out was this Hugo Ekitike. We love it when a Liverpool player gets in the Team of the Week. And guys, let me have this one. Liverpool are finally starting to do well. Please don't bully me. We looked okay against Brighton. Liverpool are starting to do well. I don't think Ekitike will get rapid, boys. I'll be honest, this card might be out when you're watching the video, and it'll probably be precision header or maybe even power shot if they go off the goals that he scored in the game. He has been an amazing signing for Liverpool. What a man. But yeah, he's getting the Team of the Week. And then the full team, as you can see, is here, boys. We've got Ekitike, Rafinha. All these stats are predictions. There's not really anything else catching my eye. I do apologise if you're a fan of one of these teams, boys. But the only ones I'm really interested in are the Rafinha and the Ekitike. Let me know, boys. What are you really wanting there? Team of the Weeks are a little bit dead in recent FIFAs because of promos and different things, but they are always nice to have if you can get someone who plays for your team, or like Rafinha as well. We have also got, boys, this 87 plus icon base or Thunderstruck is set to come, right? So we're getting another icon SBC. These are nothing special anymore, but the fact you can get Thunderstruck in it, I want to show you some of these cards in just a second. Some of the Thunderstruck cards are genuinely insane for the icons, right? A lot of them have had upgrades. A lot of them are used by the pros. So I do think the fact you can get Thunderstruck is really, really good. I think it'll always come down to the weighting and the cost of this SBC. And a lot of you boys are wondering whether it'll rise fodder. The short answer is I don't think so. Gold fodder last year into Winter Wildcards didn't do too well. Team of the Weeks did. Team of the Week's already up right now. They did do well into Winter Wildcards. I do think gold fodder can do well if it gets a little bit lower. It's not something I'm looking at right now. I know a lot of you boys invested in a lot of fodder on the weekend and before that, and it's not done too well. I'm not confident. And I know we get a lot of player SBCs, but we also get a lot of packs. So if I go to Thunderstruck Icon, boys, because this is an 87 plus, you can get all of these cards, right? And none of them are not in the pack. It's got no like capped rating, which means you can get Thunderstruck Maradona at 6 million coins, Thunderstruck Maldini at 3.4 million coins. You can of course get Thunderstruck Prince at 200,000 coins. But if you look at the rest of these cards, boys, Thunderstruck Eusebio, Beckenbauer, Xavi, Roberto Carlos, Rivaldo, Billy, Bergkamp, Schelling, Eto'o, Ribery, Beckham, Schweinsteiger, but Bale, right? And of course, Koeman and Torres were SBCs, so we can forget about them. But go through it, boys, right from the top. Maradona, huge dub. Maldini, huge dub. Now, Prince is an L. I do get it, boys. But even the L's from the Thunderstrucks, right? Low driven, great card, 200,000 coins, right? Eusebio and Beckenbauer, huge dubs. Xavi, huge dub. Roberto Carlos, huge dub. Rivaldo, again, you'd call him an L if you got a Thunderstruck. And I know it's not a Thunderstruck only SBC, but the fact there's Thunderstrucks included, I'm just trying to show to you boys, does make it a lot better of an icon pack, okay? This Rivaldo card, great tech, amazing stats, another amazing card. The only one, again, who's probably just, a guaranteed L is Schweinsteiger. Even Bergkamp still has a usable card, but I guess him and Schweinsteiger are the two you'd want to avoid. Even Beckham is up at 270,000 coins. But we've also got Schelling in there, who's around a mil. Eto'o at 1.5. Ribery at 400. Bale at 2.3. There's some amazing cards if you can land a Thunderstruck, which I know you probably won't. And you've seen it there, boys. After the icon pack, and we'll talk about fodder a little bit more towards the end of what we can do in this market crash, we've of course got the 86 rated Evos, which have been leaked to come. So we are getting 86 rated Evos, and I do think this contributed to the huge market crash we are seeing because people are wanting to get Pioneer Evos, Demone Evos, Reinders Evos, Nico Williams Evos, and a lot of these cards will replace a lot of players in people's teams, which means I'm not sure the market is finished crashing yet. For example, if we got a Nico Williams Evo at left wing, you can imagine what that would do to the left winger market. So I'm not sure the market is finished crashing yet. Now, a lot of the questions will be around Claudia Pina with this Evo. I don't think she'll get one very soon. If we take a look at her price, you can see she already skyrocketed as soon as we got these leaks, boys. I don't think there's an opportunity there just yet. She's already at 10,500 coins. Of course, if she does get an Evo, she's going extinct. I do understand that. But this card is very overinvested right now. You can see when we got the leak, she went to 7.5 all the way up to 10,500 coins. Now, if she can drop down before she goes out of packs on Friday, yes, I do think there's an investment opportunity there. I would like her to go back down towards 8,500 coins again before we pick her back up. Because, of course, she is out of packs. So it is a little bit safer as she is getting a Winter Wildcard card. But I do think 86 Evos could help impact the market even further. And speaking of Evos, boys, we should be getting today a Rafael Leao shooting Evo with low driven. It looks like a very average Evo again. I think they are saving themselves here for Winter Wildcard. So this should be coming today. I don't think it's too much, boys. I wouldn't worry about this Evo in particular. But we're going to talk about Evo investing in general and what we can be doing later on as well. And the last thing to touch on before we jump into these juicy Winter Wildcard leaks and the market crash is the 82 times 10 upgrade SBC is coming back to Ultimate Team, which just reinforces that point, boys, that the pack grind is king right now, and I think it will continue to be king over Winter Wildcards. We should be getting daily logins, maybe even a crafting upgrade. We'd all love a crafting upgrade. You know, the objectives where you get, complete 100 crafting upgrades, you get all the fodder packs. We'd love that as well, right? So hopefully we get that, but we're guaranteed to get the 82 times 10. That has been leaked as well. And again, that was a really nice pack over Thunderstruck for, packing promo cards. So once again, get them, packs done now, get the grind done now. But as well, it looks like it's going to be getting even better in the next few weeks. So let's jump into Winter Wildcards and the market crash. What we are all looking forward to, or if you've lost a lot of coins, what you are all, dreading or you've hated because you've lost a lot of coins. Winter Wildcards, boys, what do we think about it as a promo? I'm sure we all preferred Footmush, but comment down below. Is any of these SBCs going to your mind? Does any of these SBCs, were they club legends for your team? The Z Roberto with the Santa hat, the Huller SBC, which is 2.6 million coins, and yet still loads of people completed him. The Paya SBC, probably one of the best SBCs in FIFA 23, as well as Silas. And then before that, you had Awar, Coutinho, Zaha. From what I remember, Awar was the best one of them three there. Do you boys did any of these SBCs? Did you do any of them from last year, like the Makalele? Winter Wildcards last year, I don't think was the best. So hopefully it is better this year. But yeah, comment down below. What is your favourite card from Winter Wildcards in the past? Here is what we are looking at for Winter Wildcards, okay? And again, this crashed the market last year, and it's, you know, a good reason of why they crashed the market this year is that bottom line there, the Winter re-release. We are getting re-release of all the promos, or, you know, at least a lot of the promos that we've seen so far in FC26. So Thunderstruck should be coming, Jogger Benito could be coming, Star Performers, those Fanta cards that have been super rare, a lot of them are coming, Informs may be coming. We don't have the full leaks on this, and it should get cleared up very, very soon. But you boys know, when a card comes back into re-release, it crashes in price. It like doubles or triples the supply of that card on the market. It crashes right down in price. You do not want to be holding cards right now, especially cards that are from the past promos. I'll show you at the end why I'm on like 15,000 coins and what card I am holding right now. But I have been cooked alive into this, like, you know, week heading into Winter Wildcards. It's why I've not called anything big. It's why I've said stay liquid. I've said it in the free Discord. I've said it on the Twitch streams. I've said try and keep your coins, basically, because we're getting a Winter re-release. Not only that, we are getting daily player SBCs. The two cards here, I think they're talking about Dybala, which I'll show you in a second, and maybe Isaac, but of course, that's an icon, so I'm not sure. But we're getting an Isaac SBC as well. We are getting baby and prime icons. We are getting cards with 2 playstyle pluses, like Ibra, Ronaldinho. We are getting new heroes, Pizarro, Jill Scott, and there's one more. I've got it up in a second. We'll take a look at. And we're also getting dual power. So I think we're getting, like, you can see it there, right? We're getting players that are lower rated than their base cards and then higher rated than their base cards, like that Ousmane Dembele. And just to add on to that, boys, as you can see there, the 2 playstyle plus, that is the official Ronaldinho and Ibrahimovic cards. We're getting 3 teams of Winter Wildcards. I will show you the full first team in just a second. Daily player SBCs, including Diani, Isaac, Dybala, some insane cards. Save your fodder, boys. All this means is get liquid, do the pack grind, save your fodder. As you can see there, daily login, crafting upgrade, all that good stuff we've just spoke about. Fodder is going to be king, pack grind is going to be king, market is probably going to keep dying. We're getting 2 versions of one player, and this Claudia Pina is official. And then we're getting brand new evolutions, of course. The leakers love to talk about that. So we're getting loads for Winter Wildcards, and genuinely, everything is pointing to the market going down further, and everything is pointing towards the pack grind for you to be able to pack some of these cards. Now, this is the full official Team 1, I believe, or this is not the full team, but this is all the cards that we have officially from Team 1. So there's more cards leaked, but these are all the official cards, right? So we're getting a Zidane with 1 playstyle plus, which is really strange when we're getting Ronaldinho and Ibra with 2 playstyle pluses. I have no idea what that's about. But a Zidane with Tiki, that should make him nice. His stats look insane. But again, no 2 playstyle pluses, a little bit weird. We're getting a nice foodie card with Hullet Club stats. We're getting a Figo with Tiki Taka, which is an interesting playstyle for a winger, not one for me. We're getting 2 Dembele cards there. So it looks like, if these are the official stats, they're going to be similar to the icons, or sorry, not similar to the icons, to the baby and like a prime version. They're just going to have 2 different positions like we've seen in previous years. And you can see it there with Valverde and Pina as well. So we're not getting this thing of like dual power in terms of 2 different ratings. We're just getting it in terms of 2 different positions and play styles. So a Dembele with incisive and Dembele with low driven. You're going to pack neither of them, boys, so you pretty much forget about it. But then we're just getting a single collar card. I kind of don't know how they pick which cards to give single ones and which ones to give like double play styles and stuff. But as you can see, boys, crazy cards. That is the bottom line. We're getting Pina, Dembele, Ronaldinho, Ibrahimovic, Figo. The power curve is changing, and it's changing fast. We are getting double play styles. It's going to crash the other high-end cards. They then crash the mid-tier cards, and they then crash the lower-tier cards. I don't think the market has stopped crashing, but I do think there is still opportunity, which we'll talk about in a second. But which of these cards, boys, are you looking forward to using? Cordoba, Rodman, that Leao card will be ungodly expensive. Maybe this McAllister and Gabriel will be a little bit cheaper, or Jonathan Tah. But all of these official stat cards, boys, apart from maybe Collar and, like I say, Gabriel and McAllister, look like they'll be insanely expensive. And these are the 3 new heroes, boys. Not official stats, but we are getting Pizarro, Zamorano, and Jill Scott from the overlap herself. I'm not sure how meta these cards are going to be, boys, to be honest. These are 3 heroes that, if they're, you know, going very realistic, are not going to be too meta in-game. But they are coming to Winter Wildcards. Let's go and see. I don't think they're SBCs, or they've at least not been leaked as SBCs. I believe they're going to be cards on the market, but who knows? Maybe it'll be a player pick between the 3 of them. I don't think a lot of people are too interested in that. I don't think it'll affect too much on the market. And then the last little bits of leaks we've got, boys, is the player SBCs. We have got a Diani SBC coming, which, again, I've spoke a lot about Demorne recently. I know they're in similar positions, but I think this Diani SBC could really help that Thunderstruck Demorne. Now, it'll depend if she's in best of, but basically, there's an opportunity I want to talk about to invest in that in just a second. We also get this Isaac SBC. Again, all these stats are predictions for the SBCs, but he was really, really nice for the sort of first 2 weeks of the game. So if he gets a nice little stat boost, maybe a low driven, maybe they give him rapid or something decent. Yeah, he's been crap in real life, boys. We don't need to talk about it. But he should get a lovely SBC, which could, again, cause havoc on the striker market. But with him being Prem and Liverpool, honestly, I think that'll be overpriced. So I don't think I'll worry too much about that. I think someone like Diani is likely to be more completed by more people, to be honest, boys. We also get Dybala. Now, Dybala is normally a fan favourite. I can imagine this being one of the highest completed SBCs of the year so far, unless EA just cook the price of it, okay? I imagine this is going to be a really well completed SBC. It could probably come in at like 200, 300,000 coins. We don't know what playstyles they're going to give it or how meta they're going to make it with these being predicted stats. But boys, to be honest, this is one that I could genuinely see crash in the position for a few days. Again, everything is leading, as you can see, boys, to selling your cards, getting liquid, getting ready for these opportunities coming into the next week. And boys, from all of those leaks, what you should be able to see is it has a very similar feel to the start of Black Friday when everything crashed and then rebound after the fact when it went back out of packs. And I think we could see a very similar pattern here, because the crash has been so dramatic. Dallo has gone down from 240,000 coins down to 170. He's actually rebounded back to 200,000 coins. And if you have that card now, I would sell, as I can see that card coming back down if he's, of course, in the re-release. Until we get that full re-release team confirmed, everything is so sketchy to trade right now. It is the same with Pedro Neto, who, as you can see, went from 420,000 coins all the way down here to 320,000 coins, and he's actually back up at 370 and 80,000 coins. A lot of this recently, boys, has been panic and then buyback, as people are not expecting these cards to be in re-release, or they are expecting them to be in re-release. And you've seen it with gold cards as well. If you take a look at this Bon Mati card again, she has been upwards of 210,000 coins. She's at 150,000 coins. And the gold card that got killed the most, who's actually up about 100,000 coins right now. So we're clearly seeing a small bounce back, but he was down at 1.5 million coins, all the way from sort of 2 million coins, right? So as you can see, market getting killed. We've already seen a small bounce back, and as you're watching this, you might have even seen the market go even further down, or possibly rebounded slightly, but I'm not looking to get involved in this, boys. I think staying liquid is the king. I'll show you, like I say, what I've invested on in just a second, and why it could be an awful play or an amazing play. I will advise you, boys, on what I think you should do, but I do think staying liquid is great. Now, this Ronaldo card has been up loads recently. This is because, again, what we said before of the 86 Evos. And when I'm giving you, boys, some opportunities in just a second of what to invest in, Evos is probably the one right now. Evos has just been the king to invest in all year round. And you're seeing this Ronaldo card go from 70,000 coins up to 100,000 coins, as he's probably ready to fit an 86 rated striker Evo. And you'll even see some other cards here, like this Nico Williams, that Reinders, that have already skyrocketed from 9,000 coins up to 15,000 coins. Not because they fit an Evo, not because there's an Evo leaked, but just because people know that 86 Evos are coming and they're ready to invest in these cards. Now, I think there could be a great opportunity to reinvest in these cards over the weekend when they don't fit an Evo, right? I very, very highly doubt this Nico Williams card fits any Evo for the next 2 weeks, right? He might, but I just really doubt it. So what that means is when people realize that and he crashes in price, honestly, I think it's going to be an amazing time to invest in some of these 86 rated cards again. Same goes for Reinders. I think people are looking at Pina a lot, so you can look at some of the, other cards that are really meta. He went from 6,000 coins up to 10,000 or 11,000 coins. Again, a great opportunity to invest in him in the next week or so. But yeah, boys, apart from Evo cards, things have been getting cooked alive. You've seen the small rebound. Teo Hernandez again. 630,000 coins all the way down to 420. Now back at 450, because if he's in re-release, he just gets killed. So enough of that. What is the opportunity? What can we look to do? And like I've just said, if you want to stay liquid and just go again on Friday, nothing wrong with that. I'm going to be bringing out a Winter Wildcards complete blueprint guide for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday and beyond, and what you can do across the weekend to make so many coins. So if you want to stay liquid, that's fine. But if you want to look for opportunities, here's what I'm personally looking at. Card number 1 is Demone. Now, we spoke about her recently. I invested at 120,000 coins. She then went back down to 100,000 coins. I invested a crap load more coins at 100,000 coins. And then she settled at about 115 to 120, which is where I sold her to invest in something else I'll show you in just a second. But essentially, I broke even. I bought some at 120, some at 100, and we broke even by, selling them all in the middle, right? I think this card could be an all-timer investment for a few reasons. Not right now, just to be clear, not right now. She is due to get this upgrade here and this 10 club goals upgrade here, which we spoke about before, because she's now scored 10 goals and won 2 games. So she should be getting 2 playstyles. And of course, it depends on the playstyles, boys. But this should be coming on Friday. If it follows the pattern of the rest of the Thunderstruck upgrades, it should be coming on Friday. And if she gets low driven or pinged or ticky or gets a really good playstyle, or even if she gets 2 of them, I think you could see this card do really well for 2 reasons. 1, she could be in re-release. And if she's in re-release, it'll pull the price down of her card a lot. And I mean a lot. Like, we're talking maybe down to 60, 50,000, maybe just 70 or 80,000 coins. But it'll pull her price down a lot. But number 2 is the leak I showed you before of this Diani card. The strong link to Diani. If this is a super well completed SBC, and this SBC should be within the next 7 to 10 days, and it's not too expensive, this gives an amazing link to this Demorne card, who definitely needs links. I know they doesn't like to have the same team, like one's Leon and one is this team here. It's the same team, Footbind have just not updated the badge. It's the same team, promise you, right? So, what is the plan with Demorne? I think if she's in re-release and gets re-released on Friday, I would wait for her to get packed on Friday promos between 6 till 9 p.m. And at maybe about 7 or 8 p.m., it's going to be hard to time the exact low of this card. But with the playstyle upgrades, her getting packed and panic sold a lot, buying her to then hold for when Diani comes out as an SBC. She's then got her upgrades, so she's a better card. She can go back up to 110, 120,000 coins just with the upgrades. We then get a nice link with Diani. I think there's a great investment there. But why did I sell Demorne and what did I buy instead? Boys, I got cooked alive and I never posted this. I didn't post it anywhere because I knew it was super risky. But Jesus Christ, boys, I have lost a lot of coins. Now, I might be able to mitigate it a little bit, and I do think there's an investment to be made in this Rios card, and I will explain it. But I went all in on this Rios card, and let me just tell you, boys, this could be a million coin loss or more. Some of these cards were bought for as high as 140,000 coins, right? And I'm sure you will have seen these star performer cards recently. They are not 140,000 coins, put it that way, right? This Rios fell all the way down to about, well, that's not the right card. He fell all the way down to about 58,000 coins, right? That was the absolute lowest he's been. Now, you'll see now he's back up at 78,000 coins, and I did buy some of them at 70 to 75 to try and mitigate the loss. I wish I bought at 60. I've just timed this card all wrong. But let me explain to you why I think there's an opportunity here. Now, I did call this card in the Discord, and I preferred it at 58,000 coins, right? Because that was the price he got absolute lowest at. We called it at 58, and then he rebounded shortly afterwards to like 70, and then 77,000 coins where he is now. And I still prefer that price. I wish I bought at that price, boys. If I followed my own calls, I'd be doing a lot better than I am right now, put it that way. But he's now back up at 78,000 coins. This is not a price I would look to get involved at. But people are going to keep panic selling cards as we get closer and closer to Friday. And with this card being released on just last Saturday, I just think there's no chance he is in re-release. Now, star performer cards are in this re-release. I don't think he's going to be one of them. I think he's a lot safer. I love this card for a couple of reasons. 1, his Champions League card alone is 30,000 coins more, right? Number 2 is these star performer cards have all done amazing out of packs. There should be one way I can convince you of these star performer cards, and it's this random Jimenez card, right? Look at this Jimenez card. Such an average centre-back, and look what he did out of packs, right? In packs, 72, down to 53, okay? Out of packs, from 53 all the way up to 120,000 coins, over doubling in price. Now, Rios, if he follows that same trend, would have gone 170 down to 130, and as you can see, he did that same exact rise that Jimenez did from 133 slowly to 138, and if there wasn't Winter Wildcards coming, I think he would have just kept going. But what we've seen happen was, instead, he fell right down all the way to 60,000 coins, and now he's back up at 78, right? I think this card can go well above 130. If he's not in re-release, we get some nice links to him, and the supply naturally gets taken off the market. I think you can see this card at 130 to 150,000 coins in the next few weeks. I don't think you'll see him there this week, but I think you could possibly see him there in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So, if this card drops back down below 70,000 coins, maybe at 65,000 coins, I think he's an amazing buy. So just buy it and hold it for the weekend, or hold it for a week's time. I don't think you need to go and buy this card. I think staying liquid is fine, but I think he can be an amazing buy. But this is, of course, on high budget. So what if you're on less than 1 million coins and you need something a little bit lower budget? We always talk about fodder, and I do think, again, there's opportunity here. I just don't love it. If I could pick one rating, boys, and one rating only, I would go and buy 84s at discard, because everything else is super duper risky. Now, I fucking wish I bought 85s. Oh, pardon me. If you boys would have seen on the Twitch stream, we were talking about these when they were 2.2 thousand coins. I would have doubled my coins. I was ready to buy thousands of them. I didn't do it. And now hindsight is 2020. It's all great, right? But I would have doubled my coins. And instead I bought the pissing real. It's fine. It's fine. 84s, boys. I think 84s at discard are fine because in Winter Wildcards, we'll get a crap load of SBCs. And you've seen that in Black Friday, yes, they got supplied loads, but they very shortly after went to 1.3 or 1.4 thousand coins and did amazingly well. I think we can get similar SBCs in Winter Wildcards. If you're on a low budget, picking these up at 700 coins on bids on discard and then just waiting for them to go to 1,000 or 1,100 coins, lazy selling them in the meantime is an amazing play. If you want to make a little bit higher budget, 86s are still kind of fine, but 85s did push them up. But as you can see here, boys, 85s are 4.3 thousand coins and 86s are less than that. So I think 86s are fine. Now, I prefer 86s again at 3,500 coins. So maybe on bids on Friday is when I would be looking at this. I'm not sure I'd look to invest on today, Wednesday. Wednesday's normally a high day for fodder, right? So probably Friday night, when we get the big supplier packs, mass bidding on fodder is the best way to make coins on Friday night. I'll talk, about that more in the Winter Wildcards prep video. But yeah, that's an amazing. I just think fodder right now, play it safe with the 84s, and apart from that, stay liquid. Team of the weeks for the most part, if we go and check them, they're kind of already flown, right? They were at 13,000 coins. I've not seen them go any lower recently, but we'll just take a look. We go short that by lows are high. Yeah, 13,000 coins. Now, these can go higher, boys. Team of the weeks have still not hit that sort of 20,000 coins silly price yet, but not something I'm looking to do personally. And if we will invest in Team of the Weeks, boys, we'll do it on Sunday when we always invest in Team of the Weeks at the end of Weekend League supply. So not just yet for Team of the Weeks, but maybe at the end of Sunday, we'll take a look. The boys, right now, low budget trading, fine. Gameplay, fine. Go and pack grind. That is how you need to be spending your time on the game if you're trying to maximize everything right now. Pack grind number 1. Gameplay number 2. Go and complete live events. Go and complete rush if you can be bothered to with them online teammates that we all hate, right? But go and do some rush. Go and do some of that. Get some fodder saved for Winter Wildcards for the Isaac SBC. Dybala should be amazing. Diani looks insane. The Icon SBC if you're a bit of a gambling addict like myself. So go and get ready for that. Basically, liquid is fine. I've given you the Rios investment and the possible Demorne investment and even the fodder investment. But apart from 84s, they're pretty much all investments for Friday. So right now, play the game, SBCs, just have a little bit of a chill on with it. I don't think you need to be too stressed out right now buying this Rios card for 140,000 coins and then losing half your coins. Don't worry about it. I hope this helped you boys out massively. If you could leave a like on the video, I'd really appreciate it. And if you're new around here, subscribe. We'll be helping you making coins, grinding packs, all the good stuff we normally do, boys. But it'll be super important over Winter Wildcards when we get loads of new cards on the game, loads of new SBCs. It's going to be really important. So subscribe if you are new for the rest of the videos. I'll get a new video out on probably Friday for the whole Winter Wildcard blueprint plan. Exactly what we're going to do across the weekend. We did it for Black Friday. Made you boys a crap ton of coins and a crap ton of fodder. So we'll get that sorted again for Friday. But boys, like always, until next time, I'll see you all in a bizzle.